You have to understand that you can't compare yourself to people because we're all different. My sister-in-law would go into the labor room and come back in 30 minutes. I would go and spend 18 hours.
What?
But I want us to always remember that before we became mothers, we were a person. After we give birth, we're still a person. The child would come, the child would grow, the child will leave you.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Centered, where we share stuff that help us stay grounded, stay centered in our individual life. Today I have someone with me in the studio. She is a law practitioner. She is passionate about youth. She is a mom of 3 teenagers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Shola Adekoya. Hello.
Hi, BC. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm glad.
Thank you for joining me. So the word of the day for today is glow. So ladies, stand up and glow, okay? Before we go into today's deal, I have a fun fact for you. Are you ready?
Okay.
What is the weirdest food you've ever heard?
Ooh, weirdest food. I would say I always wanted to drink Gary.
Okay.
Because normally I do not like soaking Gary. For those who know what I mean, like Africans generally, we have this food. It's raw cassava, like grinded cassava, but in powdery form, not fully powdered. And then you soak it in water. People put a lot of stuff like groundnuts, milk, sugar and stuff. But I wanted to just have it. And it used to be very sour. But I felt the sour taste hit me so bad, it stopped me from feeling like throwing up. So sometimes I just wanted to have Gary. And then, yeah.
So your weirdest food is Gary?
Yes, just soaking Gary.
Gary is not
nothing.
that bad.
Well, it depends if you've been
It's not
taking
weird.
it.
A lot of people drink Gary.
Yeah, wanted it all the time when there was
Especially
good
with
food.
milk, sugar.
Exactly. I didn't want it to be
ice.
any of those things that made it good. I wanted it to just slap me in the face and shut that irritability off.
That can be weird. That can be weird.
Yes.
Okay, so do you take Gary all the time now, or
No,
so
I'm
you
done
still,
with
do
it.
you still try Gary, or do you?
I don't even remember there's something like Gary.
Oh my God!
Like never.
Is it because you live in this part of the world?
No.
Okay,
I mean,
why?
I've had Gary once since I came here, but I had it with all the works, the sugar,
Once?
the water, the cold water, the ice, the groundnuts, everything.
Nice, because
Like a proper
for
meal.
me, Gary is not that bad. It's just that I don't like. I drink it sometimes, but the making it, with hot water, I don't
No,
like
that's
that.
a bar.
Okay, it's not the
I'm
same.
talking Gary, drinking Gary with water like suffer head
Oh
food.
my God. Okay.
Like suffer head food.
Okay, so being a mom of 3 teenagers,
Yeah.
being a law practitioner, being a youth coach, how do you manage all of these things at the same time?
First, let me say, blame it on my parents. They never ever gave us an opportunity to play too much. Any break time, any strike, we were learning a trade. I learned French, I learned music, I did music exam professionally, I learned baking, I learned tailoring, I worked at law firms. Every break, I even had like a whole year of learning French. I got a diploma when the school was on strike. So I feel like these activities kind of made me a Renaissance lady because I ended up being someone that was doing a lot of things and I was never comfortable being one person, known for one person. I know that generally, especially in this part of the world, you hear things like jack of all trades, master of none. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a jack of many trades and master of many trades. I won't say master of all, but because I take them one at a time. I don't do them at the same time. So right now I'm in my law phase, where I'm trying to hone my skills. So I told my husband, you have to run the HR company right now because, but I still get to do my youth stuff because I have a foundation where I deal with youth and I also do youth pastoring in church. Like I'm the minister for the youth at church.
That's so nice.
So that kind of like fuels the passion and then the work is still going on because here in Canada, I'm just trying to like hone my legal Canadian skills, but I work in a law firm. So how do I do it? How I do it is I make sure I'm not doing everything at the same time. I make sure I structure, So especially when when I was a new mom, what helped me was structure and consistency. So I had a structure. I knew when I was going to take a walk. I knew when I was going to be with the kid or with the baby, and I also knew when I was going to hand over the baby to my support, because my community supported me in terms of my family.
Beautiful.
So it was structure and consistency. Did I say commitment? It's structure and consistency. So I made sure I had a structure, because if you do not have a structure, you're going to be overwhelmed. And definitely support.
Like I used to say, I tell people, I'm not saying do everything at the same time and all of that, but you can always try new things. Like I said, you have a passion in something and you feel like you can't have a passion in another thing. That's not it. You can always try new things out, see what you like. It's boring when you're just
doing
one thing all your life. So yeah, that's beautiful. So what are the challenges that you face doing all of these things?
Being overwhelmed when I don't put structure.
Okay.
Yes, because I recall vividly at one point when I was like, okay, you need to calm down. You're taking on too much.
Sometimes,
yes. So I had to I knew when to let some steam off by cutting some things off.
Yes.
So there was a time I let some things go, and I'm like, okay, so right now I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I said HR.
Yes.
That I told my husband that
I didn't know you run a HR firm.
Oh, I do. Here I started in Nigeria, and then when I came here, it was one of the first things I did. You see, so I studied law, right? But the first organization I worked in was a human resource company. And they had my kind of ideology, because they didn't even give me one job. I was the corporate secretary, like legal secretary, but I was also the recruiter at that stage. And then when I grew, they added on sales. By the time I was leaving the organization, I was the head of corporate services. I was head of business development and marketing communications.
That is
just to say, when I left, 3 people took my role, and I was there for 14
Hold
years.
on. 3 people took the role that only
yes,
you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. So my first issue when I came to Canada was, what am I going to do? Am I going to do sales? Am I going to do marketing communications? Or am I going to do legal? HR was not even there, because HR had always been my baby. I always did side gigs, and the organization allowed me. That was why I was there for 14 years. I told them, I have a gig this weekend. They'll be like, okay, you can take Friday off and, take it from your leave, obviously. And then I traveled to travel to Abuja, travel to Ibadan to train people. And then Monday I'm back like nothing happened. Wow. So I was like, okay, this kind of organization. Oh, yes. And the organization also helped me because they had a crash. So when I'm going to work,
you just take your baby.
I just take my baby. So organizations, let me tell you, please, when you're building your organizations, give room for opportunities for nursing mothers, so that even when they don't have, caretakers, or they feel overwhelmed, or the child needs to be with them for whatever reason, they can once in a while just bring the child. And they got professionals in the organization to take care of the kids. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. So your challenges were when you don't have structures.
Yes.
So what are the structures you put in place?
So structure I put in place was timing. Okay. When I was on maternity leave, I made sure that the first 3 hours of the day I went to the gym. So
really?
Yes.
You go to the gym?
Oh, yes.
There's a lot I do not know. What is going on? Hold on. You go to the gym?
Yes, till date. I still go to the gym.
Wow.
I still do, but now I take easy.
Can I tell them your age?
Yeah, sure. 45.
She's 45. Look at her. She's what?
Yes.
Okay.
So first, so at the gym, I made sure it was a gym that had a sauna. It was the gym that had the pool. We did aerobics, we did cycling, we did everything. Oh. So the first 3, sometimes I stretch it to 4 hours.
I need to do better. I need to do. If you are listening to me, you need to do better. I need to do better. I know that. I'm trying. I'm getting there.
Yeah. So before I go, I would have expressed because I did exclusive. I'd have expressed the milk for the baby and refrigerated it, and I had help. Family support, and then my husband, whenever he could, he would help, so whoever was available to help would help with their support and everything. And then when I resumed, I had a structure for timing. So I made sure that while I was on, mat leave, I was timing my child's eating, and I realized that it was very frequent. So I had a cup for each hour or 2 hours that I put it in a, bag and put it in the refrigerator and everything. And there were days the plan didn't work because structure doesn't work all the time. Yeah, so there were days so I would get I'll be at work. They'll say he's run out of milk. I'll get a delivery van, a delivery person, bike, or whatever.
Can I talk about exclusive? Exclusive is difficult.
It is one of the most difficult things I did because tell you, I was crying sometimes when I was expressing. I'm like,
don't
who
wanna
sent
see-
me this? Who told me to do
Exclusive
this?
is a lot of work.
I did it for the three of them.
What?
I did it. It was very hard.
You're a strong woman. You are a
It
strong
was
woman.
good.
You're a strong woman. So while rebuilding, or let me say, after having your children, the first one, the second one, even with one child, it is difficult to rebuild.
It
now,
is.
having 3 kids and them being teenagers now, how do you manage to rebuild yourself and still building?
Okay, so first things first, I want us to understand that we are not running the sprint.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not sprinting. We're doing a marathon.
Okay.
So what the mistake a lot of parents, a lot of moms do is when they have the child, they're like, I want to go back to who I was. I want to snap back. I want to go back to work. Yes, sweetheart, you will. But the second thing is you have to give yourself grace. So the first thing is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. The second thing is you have to give yourself grace. You have to pace yourself. You have to understand who you are. Who you are, because you're going to be struggling with a lot of mental, emotional, and physical issues. And the imposter syndrome is going to be real. You're not going to be sure of who you are anymore. You look at the mirror and you're like, who's this person? This was not me. What happened to my face? What happened to my body?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yesterday, I was thinking to myself, I said, the moment you have a child, you
Yeah.
don't see the world the same way anymore.
No, you
It's-
don't.
It's different.
It's different.
And-
You are wearing new spectacles.
Yeah, everything, even your emotions, everything, not even just physical. Like everything is different.
Everything, you're struggling
and you're
with a
just
lot.
trying to get used to this new way of saying, like new lens, new everything. It's sometimes a lot.
Yes, it is very different. So you have to give yourself grace. You have to pace yourself. You have to understand that you can't compare yourself to people because we're all different. My sister-in-law would go into the labor room and come back in 30 minutes. I would go and spend 18 hours.
What?
And
Yeah. I mean, I had someone complain about my look on the podcast, and in that video, I was only 2 months postpartum, and I'm like, how am I supposed to look? I'm only 2 months postpartum. The fact that I left my baby at home and then decided to go record a session or do
you should
something.
give me my flowers.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What is wrong with this?
No, people are mean. When you
Yeah.
put yourself out there, you should be.
Because I'm like,
you
1
should
year
be
is not even
ready.
enough with the whole thing that you've been
It's
through.
not. It's not.
It's not enough.
You need a while to get back into shape. The imposter syndrome is going to come. You will not be sure of what you can do. You're not confident. And then guilt. Oh, guilt is real.
Oh, guilt about what?
Yes, that because you want to get back to work or you want to get back into shape, you'll be thinking, am I giving the child enough attention?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that
There was a
guilt.
day, when was that? Was it last week? I told myself, I was going home, I said, once I get home, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just going to focus on the baby and make sure I take care of him because I've been out for
That's
too
the
long.
guilt creeping
Yeah.
in. Sometimes the guilt is so large, you're not sure you want to do something else anymore but I want us to always remember that before we became mothers, we were a person. After we give birth, we're still a person. The child would come, the child would grow, the child will leave you. Who are you when that child is not with you? Who are you when you're not mothering? You have to build that person while you're raising that child.
You know, when I started this podcast, I took on a name, Just Mommy Nat, and a lot of people think it's about Just Mommy Nat. It's about Just Mommy Nat, but not about Just Mommy Nat. It's not
It's
about
about
mommy. It's not about mommy or
me.
baby stuff. It's me, just me. I'm saying, this is me now. I'm Just Mommy Nat, and it's all about me only, not about coming to tell you how to take care of your baby or what my baby did yesterday and all of that. No, that's not the goal. The goal is, this is about me. I have a baby. Oh, glory to God. But this is about me, just me.
It's
Maybe I
important.
should have said just me instead of Just Mommy Nat. So
That will sound self-serving.
yeah. So the challenges, like you mentioned, is pacing yourself and
Pace yourself. Lack of confidence, guilt, and realizing that you can't compare yourself. So don't compare yourself because you get to compare yourself that, oh, look at this person. We're different. Some people lose teeth. Some people lose hair live. Some people lose nails.
Yeah.
It falls off when they're pregnant. And
Really?
they probably, yes. Some people
Wow.
change voices. I spoke with my friend Yinka. Yinka, sorry, love. I spoke with her like she was my colleague at work, and her voice was still very masculine.
Oh.
I was like, Yinka, your voice never came. I said, Shola, I'm used to it too. She got pregnant and her voice cracked into a masculine voice. And it never returned. So people face different things. So be thankful for your own.
Yeah.
You don't have that, right? Okay, you have a bit of emotional issues. Walk yourself through it. Be confident. Try and get your confidence back. Do your exercises. Eat well. Walk with your child. Sing to your child. Don't rush it. It's a marathon. You pace yourself. Forgive yourself. Don't feel guilty. These are all the things we need to remember. Remember that you're an individual. You need to take care of yourself as you take care of that child.
Yeah, like what can I do now? What's your strength now? Maybe you don't have the energy you used to have before. Because I feel like having a child takes everything, like your energy and all of that. Like telling yourself, okay, this is what I can do right now. Because do you think a mother should also do something, or do you think just stay home taking care of the baby, or what do you think?
Different families, different dynamics.
Okay.
I'll never tell you what to do as a mother, but for me, I will do other things.
That I can handle.
That I can handle.
Yeah.
Yes, because one other challenge I forgot to mention is return of your energy is slow.
Very slow. Oh,
it comes
my
slowly.
God.
So you need to understand that the energy doesn't just snap back on you. You need to understand. And as it comes, you have to take on only what you can. Oh, yes. So anyway, you need to take on
You need to mention.
I'll use it as my conclusion.
Okay.
Yes. You need to, remember that you have to take on what you can because the energy returns very slowly.
Nice. Do you think a mom needs to go to therapy after having a child? Whether it's your first child or you have 2 or you have 3?
Some need it. Different folks, different strokes.
Okay.
Postpartum hits some people so bad. Some people, have it so bad that they think bad thoughts towards the child. So such a person definitely needs therapy,
Okay.
So some yes, some don't. But an evaluation may be good. So if they could see their general practitioner, if they're feeling any type of way, and then the doctor could maybe recommend them based on the questions, that would be good. But the moment you begin to feel differently, you should have yourself assessed.
Being a youth coach, why did you, you're a law practitioner, you do a lot of things, but why do you also add being a youth coach to everything else?
I love that question so much because it's the bane of my existence in terms of working with young people. I personally feel like teenagers are the most misunderstood people on earth.
Okay.
They are a bundle of blessing and they are becoming.
I love that. I love the word becoming because truly they are
becoming.
Yeah.
But we older ones are so impatient. We can't wait for that time when they're unfolding. And I always try to remind people that their brains are still developing till they're 25.
Or 27 sometimes.
Sometimes 27. Between 25, I was even going to say 26 or 27. So this is somebody who doesn't even understand their own emotions. And you expect them to make the right decision. No. And yes, they will be stubborn. Yes, they'll be confused. Yes, they'll be sad. Yes, they'll have emotional and mental health issues. But we are supposed to hold their hand through it. So I decided to be a youth coach because I want to be the auntie they can talk to when their mom or their dad, who doesn't understand what they should be doing, isn't doing it right. So I want to be the one they can talk to so that I can talk to like an intermediary or someone they can listen to, because sometimes they don't even want to talk to the mom or dad. They want to talk to an outsider.
True.
So I want to be that auntie they can talk to.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing that. And also thank you for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it. Do you have one more thing to say to us before you leave?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I want us to understand that motherhood is not a setback. It's a training ground. And in fusing that with our career aspirations, understand that while you're being in your motherhood phase, you're training yourself for the workplace. Imagine calming a very angry and tantrum, a child throwing a tantrum. See it as a situation where you're with a high rate customer. You're trying to calm down.
You still always have to smile.
Yes, and
but
how are you? Calm down to the level, manage the situation. So it teaches you patience, it teaches you negotiation skills, it teaches you responsibility, it teaches you structure, it teaches you consistency. And you can take all of this into the boardroom. So from the home to the boardroom, from child raising to the office, so it's not a setback, it is a training ground.
Thank you very much. So guys, you've heard from the horse's mouth, and I hope that you've been able to learn something from this powerful session. So I'm just Maminat, and until next time, stay centered.
Thank you.